welcome to a 1 hour Vinyasa yoga class. So today we're going to be moving through a Vinyasa class. I do advise that you have a strap and either 1 or 2 blocks, dependent on what you usually use. The movements can be quite fast and dynamic, so just making sure if you've got any injuries to take it at your own pace, moderate any of the movements, and yeah, enjoy the class. So we're going to start off by lying down on the back, allowing the legs to just relax to the side, allowing the shoulders to relax, the arms, closing the eyes. And just to begin to breathe in and out of the nose. Tuning into that breath. And just noticing now if the breath is moving quickly or slowly. The breath is a great indication as to where the mind is at. So it can be something to focus on in today's practice. And then slowly bring the awareness towards the body against the mat. So noticing the weight of the body against the mat, maybe the head, the back, the legs, the elbows, the hands. Noticing how it feels to just be lying here, breathing, and then slowly bringing some awareness towards any sounds in the background, and then the colour behind the eyes. So even though the eyes are closed, if there is some lightness in the room, then there will always be a lightness behind the eyelids. So I just want you to notice now that colour behind them eyelids. Coming back to the weight of the body against the mat. Coming back to the breathing, to the external sounds. And begin to see yourself surrounded by that colour behind the eyelids. So begin with the face, begin with the nose, spreading that colour over the nose, over the mouth, the chin, the forehead, the hair. And then slowly moving your way down the body, the back of the neck, the shoulders, the chest, covering the stomach, the back, the legs, the glutes, the feet, almost as though you are hovering in this space that you can see behind the eyelids. And then coming back to how it feels to breathe, making sure the body's completely relaxed, and then bringing the awareness to the fact that you are completely present in this moment by simply fixing your thoughts on your body, your mind, your breath, the presence. You have let go of any external thoughts or chatter in the mind. You've let go of anything that's happened today or in the week or anything that was pending in the future. You are simply at one with this moment. And just notice how calm you feel being present right now. And that is something that we are going to try and keep up during this hour. And then slowly keeping the eyes closed, begin to bring the knees in towards the chest. Rotating the back in one direction, so massaging out the spine. Keeping them shoulders relaxed. Keep breathing through the nose. And then begin to rotate in the opposite direction. And then slowly opening the eyes, you can begin to rock forward and back until you come into a seated position, so crossing the legs, lifting the crown tall, really rooting them sit bones down, and then rotating the shoulders back and down, so you can really find that lengthening in the spine. Close the eyes again. And we're just going to take 5 rounds of our Ujjayi breath, our victorious breath, making sure to restrict the back of the throat, so almost like fogging a pair of glasses, but this time you'll use the nose. Inhale for 1. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Inhale 4. Exhale. Inhale 1 more. Exhale. And inhale, opening the eyes. We're going to come into our first position. Coming into a tabletop position, making sure the hands are underneath the shoulders and that the knees are underneath the hips. We're going to inhale, push the chest forward, pull the shoulders back, and reach the tailbone up, coming into cow pose. And as we exhale, pressing into the hands, tucking the chin towards the chest, tucking that tailbone in 4 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale for 2. Exhale. Inhale for 3. Exhale. Inhale 4. Exhale. Inhale 1 more. Exhale. And then inhale, coming back to a neutral position. Walking the hands forward, we're going to come into our extended puppy pose now. So if you do need to take a block underneath the head for the head to relax, take a block. Begin to walk the hands forward, keeping the hips above the knees, allowing the head or chin to relax down on the floor, taking 3 deep breaths here. As you exhale, push the armpits down towards the mat. Inhale for 2. Exhale. Inhale 1 more. Exhale. And then inhale, walking the hands to the top of the mat. Externally rotating the shoulders, really bring the elbows towards each other, untucking the toes at the back, coming into our first downward facing dog. Staying here for a couple of breaths, begin to pedal out the feet, engaging the core, really engaging them bandhas, them energy points, pressing the root of the hands into the mat, gaze towards the feet, lengthening the spine. And then we're going to inhale, planting that right foot down, lift the left leg up, 3-legged dog. And as we exhale, move forward into plank, knee to nose. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, left knee towards left elbow. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. 1 more time, inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bring that left foot in between the 2 hands at the front, dropping that back knee, coming into our low lunge. Squeezing the thighs, squeezing the glutes. Inhale, reaching the hands up, keeping the shoulders away from the ears. And as we exhale, pressing into that left heel, stretching that psoas muscle on the right, engaging thighs, engaging glutes. Staying here for 2 more breaths. One more. Inhale, bringing the hands down to the heart center. And as we exhale, twisting over to the left-hand side, bringing that right elbow to the left knee. Gaze towards the back of the room. Engaging the legs, still engaging the core. Breathing here. One more breath. Exhale, twist. Inhale, bringing the hands above the head. And as we exhale, taking the hands down to the mat, stepping that left foot back, lowering down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Staying here for a few breaths. Just going to remove this jumper now. Opposite side. Inhale, planting the left foot down, lifting the right leg in the air, three-legged dog. Exhale, bringing the knee towards the nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee towards right elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog one more time. Exhale, bringing that right foot in between the two hands at the front, dropping that back knee. Low lunge, squeeze the thighs, squeeze the glutes. Inhale, taking the hands above the head. And as you exhale, really pressing into that right heel, feeling that stretch on the left psoas. Keeping the shoulders away from the ears. Engaging the legs, engaging the core. Breathing here, one more breath. Exhale. Inhale, bring the hands to the heart center. We're going to twist to the right this time. Taking that left elbow to the right knee. Twisting over to the right. Engaging the legs, still engaging the core. Breathing here. One more breath. Exhale. Inhale, taking the hands above the head. And as we exhale, taking the hands down to the mat, stepping that right foot back, gaze towards the front of the room, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Squeeze the shoulder blades, exhale, downward facing dog. Staying here for two more breaths. One more breath. Inhale, gaze towards the front, either step or jump to the front of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees, watch the hands rise. Exhale, taking the hands to the heart center, Samastiti. Inhale, watch the hands rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, gaze forward, halfway lift. Exhale, planting the hands down, jumping back to plank, press the heels back, take a deep inhale here. Exhale, gaze towards the front, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, planting the right foot down, lifting the left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, moving forward into plank, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. As we exhale, taking that left foot in between the two hands at the front, lowering down into our low lunge. This time, we're going to move the left foot over to the left. Taking the hand to the knee if you want to, pressing out into lizard. Making sure this foot lifts. Another option is to come down onto a block on the forearms, or if you want a deeper stretch, if you've got that flexibility in the leg, coming down onto the forearms. Staying here for 5 breaths. Exhale. Inhale for 2. Exhale. Inhale for 3. Exhale. Inhale 4. Exhale, keeping them shoulders relaxed. Inhale one more. Exhale. Inhale, coming back onto the palm of the hands, walk the foot into the centre, and then we're going to straighten that left leg, bend into the right leg, coming into our half splits, keeping that left hip pulling over to the left. engaging this left foot. If you need to use a block, use a block. Lowering the belly down towards the thigh, coming into that forward fold, staying here for 3 more breaths. Exhale. Inhale to lengthen that spine. Exhale to fold. 1 more breath. Exhale. Pressing into that front knee. Lifting, untucking the toes at the back. And we're going to inhale, lifting the hands above the head, coming into a high lunge. And then we're going to pulse here for 10. So pulsing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale. As we exhale, taking the hands to the heart center. And we're going to twist round to that left hand side, really engaging this right leg at the back. Breathing here. 1 more breath. Exhale. Inhale, taking the hands to the sky. Exhale, taking the hands down to the mat, stepping that left foot back, lowering down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, planting that left foot, lifting the right leg in the air, 3-legged dog. And as we exhale, move forward, knee to nose. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, taking that right foot in between the 2 hands at the front, dropping that back knee low lunge, and then moving into our lizard pose on this side. So just walking the foot to the side, make sure the foot's in front of the knee, pressing into that knee, opening up the hips. If you want a deeper stretch, coming down onto the forearms, either onto a block or onto the mat. Staying here for 5 breaths. Relaxing the shoulders, making sure the shoulders are away from the ears. And just relaxing into this pose. Two more breaths here. Slowing down the breath. 1 more. Exhale. Inhale, coming back onto the palm of the hands, walking the right foot into the center, straightening that right leg, bending into that left leg, coming into our half splits on this side now, and then twisting the hips towards the left. Making sure that the hips remain square and just allowing the belly to fold forward. Inhale to lengthen. Flexing this right foot. Exhale to fold. 3 more breaths here. You may notice that one side feels tighter than the other. That's completely normal. 1 more deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale, moving forward, bending into that right knee. Untucking the toes at the back, coming into our high lunge. Inhale, taking the hands above the head. And then we're going to pulse here for 10. Pulsing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Squeezing that back leg, squeezing the glutes. Inhale, taking the hands to the heart center. And then exhale, twisting over to the right. Breathing here. Exhale. Squeeze the core, 1 more breath. And then inhale, taking the hands above the head. And as we exhale, taking the hands down to the mat, stepping that right foot back, lowering down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Really pulling them triceps in towards each other. Lifting the tailbone up, feeling that lengthening in the spine. Lifting the heart up, making sure there's no tension in the shoulders. Rooting down through the fingers. And then inhale, gaze towards the front. Either step or jump to the front of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees. Watch the hands rise. And as we exhale, taking the hands to the heart center, Samastitihi. Amazing. Inhale, taking the hands above the head. Exhale, forward. Inhale, gaze to the front. Halfway lift. Exhale, planting the hands down, stepping back to plank, taking a deep inhale here. And as we exhale, gaze towards the front, lower down with control, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Planting the right foot down, lifting the left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, moving forward into plank, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, taking that left foot in between the two hands at the front, lowering that back knee, moving the foot out to the side, coming straight into our lizard pose, staying here for 3. And breathe for 2. 1 more breath. Coming back onto the palm of the hands, walking that foot into the center, straightening that front leg, moving into our half splits, twisting the hip to the right, making sure the hips remain square, feeling that stretch on the hamstring. 2 more breaths. Exhale. 1 more. Exhale. Inhale, moving forward into that front leg. Untucking the toes at the back. Inhale, taking the hands above the head. Pulsing here for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale, taking the hands to the heart center. Exhale, coming into a twist. 1 more breath, deep inhale. Exhale. We're going to inhale, gaze towards the front, so bringing the hands to the heart center, and then we're going to push forward onto that left leg and come into our warrior 3. Keeping the hips square, engaging the core. Wobbling if you need to. Breathing here. 1 more breath. Keeping that right leg off the floor, that right foot off the floor, bending into the left leg, breathing and bringing that right knee in towards the chest. Staying here for 2 breaths. And then maybe you have the flexibility to grab hold of the right foot with the left hand. Twisting round to the right. Keeping a nice straight spine. 1 more breath. Bending into that right knee, bringing the hands to the heart center. We're going to move back into that warrior 3 again. Really flexing that right foot, engaging the glutes, engaging the legs. Drishti towards the floor or something in front. And then inhale again, bringing that right knee in towards the chest. Staying here for 2. And then slowly moving back into our high lunge. Inhale, taking the hands above the head. And as we exhale, lowering the hands down, taking that left leg back. Lowering down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, opposite side. Inhale, planting the left foot, lifting the right leg up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, taking that right knee in towards the chest, knee to nose. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, taking that right foot in between the 2 hands at the front, dropping that back knee. Low lunge, taking that right foot out to the side, preparing for our lizard. Lowering down if you want to. Staying here for 3. Allowing the hips to relax for 2. 1 more breath. Inhale, coming back onto the palm of the hands, walking that right foot back into the centre, straightening into our half splits. Keeping this left hip moving over to the left, keeping the hips square and lowering down. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Inhale, moving forward into that right knee, untucking the toes at the back, deep inhale, lifting the hands above the head, and we're going to pulse here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, taking the hands to the heart centre, and as we exhale, twisting over to the right. Breathing here, 1 more breath. Exhale. Inhale, taking the hands to the heart centre, and then pressing forward into that warrior 3. Engaging the glutes, engaging the legs, keeping the hips square, engaging the core. Breathing here. One more breath. And then bending into that right knee without allowing that left foot to touch the floor, bringing the knee in towards the chest. Nice straight spine. Breathing here for 2. Engaging the core. 1 more breath. Option to stay here, or if you have the flexibility, you can grab hold of that left foot with the right arm coming into a twist. Keeping a nice straight spine. One more breath. Bending into that left knee, taking the hands to the heart centre, coming back without falling into that warrior 3. Keeping the hips square, lifting that left leg up, really engaging them glutes, engaging the leg, the thigh. Breathing here. And then inhale, bringing the knee back in towards the chest. Staying here for 2. 1 more breath. And then slowly moving that left leg back, allowing it to touch the floor, moving into that high lunge. Inhale, taking the hands above the head. And as we exhale, taking the hands down to the mat, stepping that right leg back, lowering down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Staying here for 3 breaths. Catching the breath if you need to, slowing the breath down. 1 more. And then inhale, gaze towards the front, either step or jump to the front of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bending the knees, watch the hands rise. And as we take our hands to the heart centre, exhale, Samasthiti. Amazing. We're going to inhale, take the hands above the head. Exhale, lower down, forward fold. Inhale, gaze forward, halfway lift. Exhale, either step or jump back to plank. We're going to stay here for a few breaths. I just want you to notice now if the hands are underneath the shoulders, if the glutes and the hips aren't raised too high or lowered too much that you're collapsing into the back, and that the heels are pressing towards the back of the room. We're staying here for 3. Exhale. Inhale for 2. Engaging the core, engaging the glutes. Inhale, 1 more. Exhale. Inhale, coming back into our downward facing dog. Exhale here. Inhale, roll forward into plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward into plank. One more, inhale. Exhale, sorry. Inhale, roll forward. And as we exhale, lower down with control onto the belly. Taking the hands out in front, making sure the hands are underneath the elbows, coming into our Sphinx pose. So allowing the head to be relaxed here, pulling the shoulders together, and you'll really feel that stretch on the lower back, staying here for 3. Inhale, 2. Inhale, one more. Staying here without lowering down, we're going to inhale, lift that left leg up, squeezing the glutes. 2 more breaths here. 1 more. Lowering down, staying where we are, squeezing the shoulders together, lifting that right leg up. Squeezing the glutes, keeping the hips square. 2 more breaths. 1 more. Lowering that right leg down. Taking the hands underneath the shoulders, pressing into a cobra. If you need to take a baby cobra out to the corners of the mat, keeping a micro bend in the elbow, please do. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. 1 more breath. And then untucking the toes at the back, moving into our downward facing dog. Inhale, planting that right foot down, lift the left leg in the air. And as we exhale, bringing that left knee in towards the chest, knee to nose. Inhale, taking that left leg in the air, 3-legged dog. As we exhale, bringing that left foot in between the 2 hands at the front, lowering down, taking that left foot out towards the left, coming down into our lizard pose, staying here for 3. Exhale, 2. Inhale, 2, sorry. Exhale. Inhale, 1. Coming back onto the palm of the hands, taking that left foot to the center, straightening that left leg, coming into our half splits for 3. 2. Squeezing the core still, allowing the belly to collapse towards the thigh. 1 more breath. Inhale, moving forward into that left knee, lifting the back heels up, untucking the back toes, sorry. Inhale, lifting the hands above the head. And as we exhale, taking the hands in towards the chest, twisting over to the left. 1 breath here. Exhale. Inhale, taking the hands to the heart center, pressing into that left leg, coming into our warrior 3. Squeezing the core, squeezing the thighs, the glutes. 1 more breath here. Bending into that left knee, keeping that right leg away from the floor. Lifting that knee in towards the chest. Staying here for 2. 1 more. Option to stay here or grabbing hold of the right foot with the left hand. Twisting over to the right. 1 more breath. Keeping that foot away from the floor, lifting that right leg back into our warrior 3. Engaging that right foot. 1 more breath. And then bend into that left knee, taking the hands down to the mat, stepping back into our downward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale, roll forward into plank. Lower down with control, taking the hands out in front, coming into our Sphinx pose, lifting the left leg up, staying here for 2. 1 more. Lowering the left leg, taking the right leg in the air, squeezing the glutes for 2. Squeeze the shoulders together for 1. Lowering down, taking the hands underneath the shoulders, pressing into the hands, coming into our cobra. Squeeze the shoulders. One more breath here. And then untucking the toes at the back, moving into our downward facing dog, swapping sides. Inhale, planting that left leg down, that left foot down, lifting the right leg in the air. And as we exhale, taking that right knee in towards the chest, knee to nose. Inhale, taking that right foot in the air, 3-legged dog. And as we exhale, taking that right foot in between the 2 hands, dropping that back knee, moving the right leg to the side, coming into our lizard. Staying here for 3. 2. 1 more breath. Coming back onto the palm of the hands, walking that right foot back to center. Bending into that left knee, straightening the right leg, staying here for 3, into our half splits, relaxing the shoulders. Exhale. Inhale for 2. Inhale 1 more. Bending into that right knee, untucking the toes at the back. Inhale, coming into our high lunge. Exhale. Inhale, taking the hands to the center. And as we exhale, twisting over to the right. Staying here for 1 breath. Inhale, taking the hands to the heart center, pressing into that right leg. Inhale, taking the hands to the heart center. Focus now, press into that right leg, coming into our warrior 3. One more breath. Bending into that right knee, making sure that left foot stays off the floor, bringing that left knee in towards the chest, staying here for 2. 1 more breath. Taking hold of that left foot with the right hand if you want to, twisting over to the left. One more breath. Taking that leg out to the back, coming back into that warrior 3. Stepping that left foot back into our high lunge, dropping the right hand down, moving back into our downward facing dog. Exhale here. Inhale, move forward into plank. Exhale, lower down with control onto the belly. Taking the hands out in front, coming into our Sphinx pose. Lifting the right leg this time. Staying here for 2. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the shoulders together. Head remains relaxed. One more breath. Exhale. Lowering that right leg down, lift the left leg up. Squeeze the shoulders together, staying here for 2. Exhale. Inhale for 1. Exhale, lowering down, amazing. Lowering down on to the mat, allowing the head to relax. We're going to come into a shoulder stretch now. Staying here for a couple of breaths. If you just want to twist out the hips, twist out the hips. Breathing here. And then taking the hands underneath the shoulders. I just want you to take the right hand and take it underneath the left arm and come into an almost cross-like figure. Making sure that the elbows are underneath the chest or the chin, and then using the fingers to walk the hands out to the side and just allow the head or the chin to relax on top of that top arm. Just allow the body to become dead weight. If you want a deeper stretch, if that doesn't feel like it's enough, you can press with the feet. And then just staying here for about 5 breaths. Allowing the head to relax. 1 more breath. Slowly gaze towards the mat, lifting the head up. We're going to swap sides. So if the right arm was underneath this time, we'll take the left underneath. And if it was the opposite way around, take it the opposite way around. Making sure the elbows are underneath the chin, and just begin to walk the hands out with the fingers, and then slowly allow that chin to relax on top of the arm. Feeling that stretch in the shoulders. Close the eyes if you need to, just making sure you can feel the stretch in the shoulders. So wiggle around, do whatever feels best for you, and then just allow the body to collapse on top of the arms. So really adding that pressure to the stretch. Staying here for about 5 breaths, no rushing. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. One more breath here. And then slowly lifting the head up, moving the hands back into the centre, taking the hands underneath the shoulders and pressing yourself up into a tabletop position, taking the hands underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips. Really engaging the core muscles now, so I really want you to squeeze the belly button in towards the spine, squeeze the pelvic floor muscles, engage the glutes, engage the thighs. We're going to keep the hips square, pressing into the hands, lift that left leg up towards the back, so very similar to our warrior 3, making sure the hips remain square, flexing that left foot, real engagement with that left foot and the left thigh, and then slowly begin to circle in a clockwise motion. And changing direction. Really squeezing the glutes, squeezing the thighs. And then we're going to lift up and down. Keeping the hips square, keeping the stomach engaged. 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Allow that knee to come back down into that tabletop position. We're going to swap sides again, engaging the core, lifting that right leg up this time, taking that left hip over to the left, keeping the hips square, engaging the thigh, engaging the glutes. We're going to rotate in a clockwise motion. Really active in the glutes and in the leg. And then changing direction. And begin to lift the leg up and only bring it down to level with the hips. So notice I'm not bringing it all the way down. I'm lifting up and then bringing down to the hips. Staying here for 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Amazing. Lowering down, taking the knees out towards the side, sitting the hips back, coming down into our child's pose. So allowing the hips to fall back, then allow the belly to fall towards the floor. Taking the hands out in front. If you need to use a block here, use a block. And just finding some calm, some grounding. Notice if the mind is heavy or if the chatter has eased a little since the beginning of the class. Notice if the shoulders are relaxed, the fingers, the face. Give yourself this time to just simply be. Staying here for 3 more breaths. Inhale for 2. One more breath. And then gaze towards the front of the mat slowly and with awareness. And then just begin to walk the hands back. Option to come down onto the glutes if this doesn't feel like it's comfortable, bringing the knees back into centre, just sitting back on the heels, and then taking a strap, or if you've got a tea towel or a scarf, they'll work as well. And we're just going to take the hands wide enough so that it doesn't cause too much pain. You can still stretch quite far back, but not wide enough that you can actually move all the way back. And we're going to lift up, keeping a nice straight spine, engaging the core, and we're going to pulsate here for 10. So pulsing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, lowering back down. I'm going to do that 2 more times. Now when you do this, I don't want you to shrug the shoulders in towards the neck. You're keeping the shoulders away from the ears still, but we're lifting up and really stretching into them shoulders. So again, pulsating here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lowering down. 1 more of these. Inhale, lifting up. Pulsing here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Amazing. Lowering down. Now just widen the hands on the strap now, so that the hands kind of go all the way over. And we're going to inhale, allowing the hands to move towards the back, perfect, and then coming back towards the front 2 more times. Inhale, reaching back, moving back towards the front. 1 more time. Move a little bit away from that. We'll inhale, reaching back, amazing. And then back towards the front. Taking that strap over to the right or the left, whichever is easiest for you. Coming over onto the glutes, lying down. And we're going to come into some back bends to finish. So taking the feet in towards the glutes, making sure the feet are hip distance apart. And we're going to start with bridge pose. So we're going to lift up into bridge, taking the shoulders underneath, grabbing hold of the hands, pressing into the heels, staying here for 3 breaths. Squeezing the knees in towards each other. Lowering down. Option to do that again, or if you want to come into your upward facing bow. Now we've stretched out the shoulders a little bit, taking the elbows in towards each other, making sure the hands are in towards the ears, and then pressing in. Staying here for 6 breaths. down. And taking the knees in towards the chest. Massaging out the spine. And then taking the knees over towards the right. Coming into our supine twist. If you want a deeper stretch, you can cactus that left arm. Just allow the knees to relax. Stretching out that lower back, close the eyes. And just completely surrender. Just noticing if you are holding any tension. Staying here for 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Bringing the knees back into centre. We're going to swap sides. Taking the knees over to the left this time. If you want the deeper stretch, you can cactus that right arm. Head faces the right. Breathing here, surrendering here. Two more breaths. And then slowly begin to move the knees back to the centre. Bringing the knees in towards the chest. Rocking forward and back. Till once again you come into a seated position. We're going to do a forward fold now, so we're going to do a bound angle. So bringing the feet in together, allowing the knees to fall out to the sides, straightening the spine, and then almost as though you're opening a book, try and peel open the feet to get that deeper stretch. So it really engages the legs, opening up into the groin. Deep inhale to lengthen. And as we exhale, moving that belly down towards the mat, keeping the shoulders relaxed, forward fold. Breathing into it. One more breath. Inhale back to centre. Taking the feet wide this time. You're going to move that left elbow in towards the left groin. Allow that hand to fall down into the floor. Pulling this right shoulder back and begin to reach over towards the foot. So you can feel that stretch on the right hand side back. Keeping the shoulders away from the ears, just breathing here. Gaze towards the ceiling if you can. Inhale, coming back to centre. We're going to swap sides, taking that left hand in to the centre now. Lifting that taking the right hand into centre now. Lifting that left shoulder up, reaching over towards the foot, feeling that stretch on the back, gaze towards the ceiling. Breathing into it. Amazing, and then moving back to centre. We're going to finish now in our Shavasana. So if you do want to grab a jumper or a blanket, you want to turn off the lights or grab something to put over the eyes so there is darkness, feel free to play any music that you want in the background. This is your 5 minutes, so simply just lie and allow the body to settle into what it's just done. So Shavasana is one of the most important things in our practice. It allows the body to just relax, make that shift, change that pattern, and allow you 5 minutes to simply relax. So taking this 5 minutes now, lying down, I'm going to end the practice here, so taking my hands to the middle of the heart, bowing my head down to you. Thank you for practicing with me today. I feel so grateful that I can still share this platform with you all. You're all amazing for taking the time out to dedicate an hour of the day, of the week, to focus on yourself. So yeah, and I wish you all a wonderful day. Taking the hands to the middle of the eyebrows, bowing down, namaste. Thank you so much.